Transavia is a low-cost airline, which is based in the Netherlands and France, and we recently opened in Germany with a base in Munich as well. We're mainly slightly different than the other low-cost airlines you probably know in Europe, and we have a high focus on digital and passenger experience. My role is as an innovation manager working on these kind of innovations in an agile and lean way, and working on open innovation, enabling developers and startups to work with us.
So within the digital partnership between Transavia and Accenture, it is my responsibility to create the API strategy for Transavia, as well as implement the Apigee API management platform and create the first APIs.
I think the APIs are one of the key drivers for us to become a digital airline. APIs help us for a fast time to market, help us to adapt to a rapidly changing environment, and help us to explore new business models by open APIs up to developers and other startups out there. So we can collaborate with anyone who adds value to us and especially to our passengers.
Well, Apigee helped us significantly in setting up the platform very fast and with a very hands-on approach. So we have implemented the proof of concept platform within 1 day and got on-site support from one of their employees. That helped us create various use cases to test if this solution would be the best fit for Transavia.
I think for us it's implementation. The swift time to market is like a high business value for us. So the Apigee collaboration and platform enables us to do things we could have done like 2 years ago in 8 to 12 weeks and now within hours. If we're going to connect new partners, we usually have like a 12-week lead time. Now when we have the Apigee platform, we have a self-service subscription, access to documents, the API, etc. And we had this recently, a developer signing up and going live within 10 days and even making over 30k of euros in 2 weeks' time. So that's an amazing difference for us, because in the past we would have 12 weeks without sales, and now we have sales within a few days.
So when we launched our first API, we organized an internal hackathon, and within this hackathon all developers could participate and work for 8 hours in creating demo applications with this API. 4 applications have been created, and one of these applications was already thought of 8 years ago by Transavia, but was then being classified as too complex to build and too technical to make. And now 8 years later, in a time span of 8 hours, it has been created as a rapid prototype.
So what a good example for us is that we participate in the Dutch Open Hackathon. It's one of the largest hackathons in the Netherlands. And while using our APIs and the Apigee platform, we noticed that in the travel category, 12 out of the 14 teams used our API. So we were wondering, okay, why are there so many teams using our API? And that was really about the ease of use and the rapid access to it. So I think that's really valuable for us.
And what we do see is that enrollment of partners is much easier and much faster than the current services, the SOAP services we have. What we see is that with the former services it was 12 weeks to enroll a new partner. What we currently see is that it has been reduced to several hours. So we created value with our APIs by the Flight Offer API, which is an API for alternative searches for flight tickets. And what it made possible is that we implemented that in the website of Transavia. And for that it is possible to look, for instance, to search, for instance, based on price, or in the future maybe on themes. And that implementation only took 7 weeks with this API. And without that API it would basically be impossible to create that functionality. So what we really want to extend currently is building a bigger community, and a more engaged community, and asking this community for more feedback, asking this community to improve our API services and really drive them to and help them to create value for Transavia by custom developed applications by them.
Yeah, I'd like to add that next to opening up our APIs and collaborating with the developers, we were really looking into our whole ecosystem. So the ecosystem supporting the passenger journey and all the partners involved in that chain. And you see more and more partners starting to look at open APIs as well. So if we can collaborate together, we will deliver way higher value than we could do today.
I love APIs because it's a great way to participate in different tracks, the business, the technology and the strategy. And especially that strategic people can join developer meetings, and developers can look at technology or strategic events.
I love APIs because I think it accelerates our digital transformation as an airline and it makes us fit for the future.